Hello, I am Skye Mangrum for howtorunbarefoot.com, and I've been going back through my YouTube and my Facebook account, and there's a lot of questions that have come in there. And recently got in touch with my friend Josh Burns, who sent over some questions on barefoot running, and we did a little interview, and it was really cool. So I wanted to share with you guys a couple of the answers that I shared with Josh during the interview. So he asked me, what are some ways that people new to barefoot running can keep their feet injury-free and healthy? And I think the best way to do that is when you first start, don't overdo it. The biggest mistake that I see runners making is that they're like, oh, I'm a runner, I can run 10 miles a day and totally be cool and be fine. And then as soon as they kick off their shoes and they try to do the same thing, and they can get injured really easily doing that. And first off, if you try it and you do the more than 5 minutes, with 5 minutes, you're going to notice a lot of soreness in your calves, because you're working a whole different set of muscles than when you're normally running in shoes. And it sounds really weird and you're like, no way, but as soon as you go out and you try running barefoot, you'll be surprised that you get this soreness. And it's like if you overdo it, you can blow out your calves. And it's almost like you're so sore that unless you stretch, you're walking around kind of peg-legged. It's really weird, but it's such a soreness and a stiffness because these are muscles, I'm guessing, that you really don't use, even if you are a full-time runner. So the biggest advice that I can give is start with 5 minutes a day, every day. And it also works to toughen up the soles on the bottom of your feet, and you'll develop new padding on the bottom of your feet, right behind your toes. You'll have a whole arch of padding instead of the major 2 pads that you have now, which is really cool. Also focusing on the midfoot landing and not landing on the heel. If you still land on your heel the same way you do when you wear shoes, it's going to give you some injuries and some pain. So focus on landing midfoot, keep your landing vertical, and when you're first starting to learn the barefoot running technique, I would recommend that you learn it barefoot and not in the vibram. Slip on the vibram after you've figured out the barefoot running form. So let me see what the next question is. Josh wanted to know what are other ways that new barefoot runners can take care of their feet while training. And my regimen is, when I come in from running, I take the antimicrobacterial soap and wash off the bottom of my feet very well. Look for scrapes, cuts, use the tweezers if you find anything. Also pumice stone, and trim it up with the little baby scissors. And all of those things keep your feet very clean and very healthy and looking well, so that you can go out and keep running. And as soon as you get back and you've washed them and cared for them, I soak them in some really cold water. Especially in the summer. You'll find in the summer that the hot pavement really has an effect on the bottom of your feet. And the hot weather in general, I think, does a lot for swelling and things when you're out running. So normally they recommend that runners come home and ice their legs. Instead of jumping in the hot shower because it causes your muscles to constrict, jump in some ice for a while. I know it's a pain, but it really feels really wonderful, and it helps your muscles to rejuvenate very quickly. So when you get back, clean, and use your little scissors and your pumice and hop in the ice, and that should keep your feet in good shape. And I think, let's see, and he asked finally, when we're wrapping everything up, where can our budding barefoot running friends find more ways to protect their feet? Josh is very witty. And there's a survival kit that I found that you can download from barefootrunningsurvival.com. So if you want, you can check that out. You can leave some comments for me or Josh below this video, and I hope you enjoyed this little video. So thank you for watching.